Okay, I hope my screen is visible to you. Okay, now let us do a small recap. Yesterday, so we have started discussing about access modifiers in Java. So these are the access modifiers. There are 4 access modifiers, and we have public, protected, and private. And default, if you don't specify any modifier, it will be treated as default. So it is not by keyword, it is by pronunciation. Okay, you don't use default keyword, it will be considered as default when you do not specify an access modifier. Okay, so we have discussed about the class level access modifiers, and so these are the takeaways. What is the takeaway? First takeaway is you can have only one public class in a package. Only one public class can be placed in a package, and when a class is defined as a default, it means it is visible within the same package, not from outside the package. Okay, and this is the very important thing to be noticed. What is it? Protected and private are the access modifiers that are strictly not allowed for classes, Java classes, because it would actually defeats the purpose of representing a class. When you place a class with private access modifier, the reason behind developing a class is that you place properties as well as you place behaviors. When you do private, when you specify it as a private modifier, it means you cannot use it anymore. The purpose of class is for the reusability, for the usage. So that's why we don't allow these 2 access modifiers. Even protected is also same as private, but it is not so much private. I mean, it is secured to the least extent. Okay, so shall we proceed now? Everyone type S in the chat box so that we can have this session interactive. Please type S in the chat box. Good. Today we will discuss about what? We will discuss about, actually it was about class level access modifiers. We will discuss about variable level access modifiers. For variables, except for classes, for variables and for constructors and for methods, we can consider all the access modifiers. So all the access modifiers can be specified for variable level access modifiers. Let us understand this one by one. So how the behavior is going to change when you represent a variable with private, protected, or default or public. Okay, so I'm going to take the same example. Class B is there and I have class D. There are 2 classes, so 2 packages are there. Okay, let me put these packages in the paint box. Okay, this is package swetha. Package swetha, and I have another package by the name of Ganesh. So 2 packages I have. So let me put in a box. Package swetha and package Ganesh and package swetha. Okay, now so let me take some variables here. So I'm taking a variable. In this case, in our example, I'm going to take a variable like integer a equal to. Okay, so this is a variable, and if you observe this variable, so it will be treated as default. Why it will be treated as default? Okay, when you represent a variable without any specification, this is a variable which has no specification with regards to the access modifier, right? So it will be treated as what? Default. It will be treated as default, right? So what are the possible ways to access this variable? How the behavior of this variable is going to be changed from package to package, from class to class? You will understand that. Okay, so okay, so default integer 10. It is default by pronunciation, not by the keyword. Okay, so integer a equal to 10. If I add to access this variable from the current package, what is the name of the current package? Just tell me, make it fast. On which package we are working now? We have segregated two packages. On which package we are working now? Just input the name. Yes, the package name is swetha. Yes, correct. Now you see, I want to access this variable a equal to 100 from the main method. Okay, this is the main method. Main method is placed in class T, which is placed inside package swetha. Okay, what I'm saying, I'm trying to do here, I need to create an object to access a variable. So a is inside class C, which means object needs to be created for class C, right? C obj equal to new C. First step. Second step is System.out.println. Okay, so in this instruction, okay, this is the instruction that I'm going to use to check whether if I can access this variable or not. Okay, how do you do that? Just use the reference variable obj dot a. obj dot a. Okay, if I get the output, if the output 100 is displayed in the console, it is possible. If I get error, it is not possible. Yes or no? Right? Let me save this code. So before even saving this code, I will show you once again how this can be compiled using command prompt. Let me open the command prompt here. Okay, so this is the command prompt. Firstly, I need to do the character change. Okay, in order to do that, we need to identify the exact absolute path. Okay, let me save these two files, d.java and d.java. If you see here, d.java and d.java, these are the Java files that has been saved in this directory. What is the directory? D drive. Inside the D drive, I have a folder called Java 3. So in the command prompt, I need to do those changes. I need to ensure that the command prompt is pointing to the directory. Okay, so I'm using D drive, cd space Java. cd means change directory, space change the directory to the respective folder. Now it is pointing to the exact directory where the Java files has been stored or saved. Okay, nextly I need to do the compilation. Okay, so now you must understand one thing. To perform compilation, we need to follow one extra step. What is it? You go back here and if you see, there are two Java files, but we want to create a package. So this Java file has a package by the name of Ganesh. This is another Java file which is going to have a package by the name of swetha. Okay, so on top of compilation, along with the compilation, the packages should also be created. For that, what kind of command I need to use? Anyone can help me with the command? Yes, no, quickly make it fast. Good, Chaitanya. Java C space -d dot the respective Java file. Good. Java C space -d dot means current directory. In the current directory, create a package. Okay, package will be created according to the name that has been given here. Let me minimize this. So we want to create what? Which package? Ganesh package, right? So Ganesh package is in what? B.java. So B.java. The moment you give this command, okay, a package will be created by the name of Ganesh. It was not there previously, right? It has just been created, right? Secondly, we are working with two packages, right? So now d.java, I need to create what? I need to do the compilation as well as package needs to be created. For that, the command is what? Java C space -d space dot, which is representing the current directory, space the file name, which is what? d.java. Okay, package creation has been successful. So this is the package creation. Okay, packages are created successfully. This is what compilation as well as package creation. This is a command for compilation as well as package creation. Now execution. Okay, we need to execute the exact package where the main method has been placed, right? Where the main method has been placed in our Java program. The main method has been placed in swetha's package in the class T, right? So I need to ensure that I need to make sure that the control is first getting into swetha's package. Inside swetha package, I need to invoke the class D. For that, the command is java space, okay, swetha. Inside swetha's package, I have a class called D. Execute that class D. We are getting under. People who are not getting this, go back to my videos, and I have created 5 sessions on top of Java packages. You will get it completely. There will be no confusion. These things have been discussed already. Okay, making sense so far, everyone? Yes, no? Yes, no? Are we good so far till now? Okay. Okay, now so we are able to access this particular variable which is default in the current package. In the current package, the variable is treated as default. We are able to access this, no issues. Yes or no? So let us do the other way. If I give protected is also an access modifier. Okay, we will check if this protected can be accessed from the current package, from the current class. Okay, default we are able to access. Now we will check for protected. Okay, I am doing what? I am doing the compilation. So now you remember, when I make changes, I need to do the compilation once again. I need to save and I need to do the compilation once again. Then I need to do the execution. Okay, I am compiling both the files, d.java as well as d.java. Both the files are compiled. I want to execute only one file, which is this one. This one. I'm just using the arrow keys. No, that's it. Okay, 100. So we are able to access. We are able to access. Okay, when I declare this as public, okay, we will be we are good to access this as well. First compilation will do. Okay, 2 files has been compiled successfully. Now execution. Okay, we are getting output. It means public can be accessed, default can be accessed, and what protected can also be accessed. Okay, now private. Now take some do some focus here. The moment I declare private, okay, what it says, A as a private access in this C, it means you cannot access this error. You cannot access what? Private access modifier from the class T. Okay, this is a variable that is placed inside class C or independent class. This is class C and this is class T. Okay, from class T, I am trying to access a variable. Variable of what type? Private type. It is strictly private. What does it really mean? You cannot access it outside the class or outside the package. So this is class D. I am trying to access a private variable. Trying to access a private variable within the same package, but from different class. I get error. And if you do so, you get what? You get error. Because it is strictly private, you can access within the same class, not from outside the class or outside the package. So this is the takeaway. Private variable this is a typical example. Now you see, from the variable perspective, I am not able to do this access. Okay, if I am not able to access this from the current package, Let us try to do a different thing. Now I am keeping this variable in the same class, in the class t. Okay, inside the class t. Okay, let us check all the access modifiers. So if we are getting any error, or if we are if the compilation is getting successful and we are getting the right output or not. Okay, I have class C and I have class D. Now I am placing the variable in the class D for the testing purpose. Let me remove all this. Okay, in order to access non-static variable, I need to create an object, right? So object should be on top of class D, right? D class. I need to create object for D class. Why D class? Because the variable is placed inside the D class. So let us create object for D class, and we will try to access the private variable now within the same class. Okay, let me save this. I'm doing compilation for both the files. 100, and we are able to access it successfully. So private variables are meant to placed in the same class. If you want to access a private variable is in the same class, you can do the access, no issues. Private is possible and even public is possible. Okay, and protected is possible. For all the things within the same class, you don't face any issues. And also default is also possible. Okay, I can conclude one way. What is the conclusion? Let me create a table. Focus here. The table I am creating. Okay, so now in the table we have 4 access modifiers. Access modifiers. So one is private, second one is default. If you don't specify anything, that will be treated as default. Protected, public. So the first column let us take within the same package. So sorry, we will take within the same class. So now you tell me within the class, within the same class. This is the typical example to demonstrate within the same class. Within the same class, if I keep a variable, whether it can be private, public, protected, or default, I have an option to access. I have access will not be denied. Access is always granted within the same class. So can't I mark yes, yes, yes to all these things, 3 things, all these 4, what we call it as, on all these 4 conditional checkings. Yes. 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 So we have tested just this now. So I am placing SSS everywhere. Okay. Next column. So next column is what? Okay. We have already tested the same set of example, but by placing the variable in the class C, which is placed in the different class. So I can say that within the same package. In same package, but different class. Let me within the class same package, within the class, within the same package but different class. Okay, now first private, we are not able to get access to the private variable, so it is no. And the remaining, for the default case we were able to get access, so I am keeping it as yes. For the protected also we were able to get access. We have just seen this. Okay, for this public also we were able to get what? Access. Now the important thing is we need to understand this. Understanding these things are very easy, but this thing will create a little confusion. What is this thing? outside package by class. Okay, what does it really mean? Let us understand. Okay, so from these packages we were able to see what package ganesh has two classes and package swetha as two classes. Okay, so let me remove this variable. Okay, now we focus one thing. So this is class D. Okay, and I have already created a connection between between Sweta's and Ganesh package. A connection has been created. How do we know that connection is created? An import keyword is used. Okay, we are importing a class, importing a class B which is placed inside the package by the name of Ganesh. Okay, so this is imported. Class B is what imported. So I'm using an extends keyword here. Extends here. Sorry, extends B. Okay, let us go back to this diagram for a better understanding. Okay. Additionally, I have just used what extends. Okay, a parent and child relationship has been created. Before that, we were able to create a connection, right? How this connection has been created? Because of this import statement, okay, we are able to create the connection. Okay, one-way connection. So this is the root. Connection has been created because of import Ganesh B. So we have access to this Ganesh, the respective class under Ganesh. We have access to this. Okay, and also I am creating an access by using a inheritance relationship, parent and child relationship. Okay, in our example, can't I say that I have two classes which is in a relationship? The name of the relationship is a parent child relationship. What are those two classes? Okay, I do have a class D which is a child class. Okay, and I do have a class B which is a parent class. Okay, now our duty is to ensure that we will test all the variables by placing it in the class B, and we will see we are able to get access to it or not. Okay, are we good so far? Yes, no? You got my question right? Everyone are able to follow? Any confusion? Everyone please respond. Okay, let's proceed. So having said this, I am keeping a variable. Let us place this variable. Let me remove this. Let's place a variable like public int a equal to 200. This time I am placing 200. Okay, so I want to check whether I am able to access this variable which is placed in a different package and in a different class. Okay, from the different package. Okay, the name of the class is B. Name of the class is what? B. Now you tell me, can I create an object like this? B obj equal to new B? Yes or no? Object creation is possible in this way, right? B obj equal to new B. It means we are trying to get access to all the variables that is placed in the class B. Definitely possible. Possible in two ways. One is with the import statement. Secondly, it is also possible with the extends keyword. Okay, so now my duty is I'm trying to access what obj.a. Run this. What is output I should get now? I should be getting 200 in the console. So let us check public variable. Are we able to access this which is placed outside the class? Okay, so this is the command prompt. d.java is successful. d.java is successful. Now execution part is what? The 200. We are able to get access. We are able to do what? We are able to get access. Right. So by this, okay. Now public is successful. Let us do the protected. Protected. Let us see if the protected is getting succeeded or not. Okay. So since I have just did some changes, every time the moment you are doing some changes, we need to do the perform the compilation over and over again, because we are using command prompt. Okay, this is mandatory things. So see, a protected as access in B system error System.out.println. So you are not able to access the variable of protected outside the package. Outside the package, you are not able to access the variable of protected. Making sense? Yes, no? Now you see, okay, having said this, now don't you think, see, this is what? This is the public class. Public class is extending to another public class, but there is an inheritance relationship, right? There is an inheritance relationship, okay? So now there is a variable integer a equal to 200. Integer a equal to 200 is placed in class B, guys. It is placed in D class. Okay? But there is a relationship. So this variable is also eligible to be accessed from the D class. Okay, now let us do this and see whether, instead of creating object for class B, if I do the object creation for the class D, if I do the object creation for class D, okay, and if I try to access a variable which is the protected access modifier, okay, let us do this. See, now you are able to access. Only thing is, you need to focus. This is a very question in the interview. Okay, so there is a parent and child relationship, that you should agree. Okay, it is clearly visible that there is a parent and child relationship. Okay, the moment you create object for the parent, not accessible. Example, you create object for B, obj equal to new B. When you try to access, okay, let us say this is obj1, this is obj2. Okay, when you try to access the variable B by using obj1, not possible. Not possible for protected, because it is protected. Okay, but when you do the access by using the child reference variable, we are creating an object for class D. By creating an object for class D, it is a child reference variable. It is possible for protected. So this is a takeaway. This is something that you should remember. Okay, so there is a relationship. If you see a relationship, it is okay. If it is protected, it is also okay. But what is not okay? You cannot access that variable by creating an object for the parent class. But to do the object creation for the child class, possible. Confused? Making sense? Yes, no? Madhu, Swetha, Jyotiyan, Parimi, Peja. Yeah, making sense? Okay. So what is the okay? This is okay. Private protected is protected is possible only for one case, and public is possible for it should be possible for all the cases. Okay, there should not be any issues with the public, right? So let us test that as well. obj1.a, obj1 dot, obj2.a. Let me save this. Okay. I did not save it properly, I think. See, 200 200 public, no issues. And let us see if we are getting any issues with the default. Okay, now it is default by nature. For the let me do the compilation. Okay. Okay, see, for the default, we are getting issues for both the classes. Now the conclusion is, okay, if it is default from outside the package, package, it is not possible for both the classes. I mean, if you create object for the parent class, not possible. To create object for the child class, it is not possible for the default access modifier. Okay, by this I can conclude that, okay, outside package but by subclasses only. Okay, first one, private, not at all possible. No, big no. Default, not at all possible. Not at all possible for both the classes. This is the proof. A is not public in B, cannot be accessed from outside. It is saying, it is asking us to give the public, give the access modifier as the public so that you can access. Same thing it is giving to the child reference also, parent reference also, to the child reference also. Okay, A is not public, cannot be accessed from outside the file. That's why for the default it is not possible. For protected, it is possible only for the child classes, only for child reference, not for the parent reference. The takeaway. Okay, public, yes, it is possible, right? So next one is outside package. Outside package, but no subclasses. But no classes. You may be wondering, sir, why you did not, specifying, or you are not placing any access modifiers in the default class. Okay, if I place this access modifier in the default class, there is no point of placing it here. No point of getting any output, because this is default. Anyhow, we don't have access to the default, right? From outside the class, from outside the package, usually we don't have access to the default packages in the default classes that is placed in the different package. In the class level, you are not getting access. So is it, if you are not getting access for the class level, do you think we will get access for the variable level? There is no point of testing this, right? Making sense? We have discussed this yesterday. For the class level, we don't have access. Do you think we will get access for the variable level? Madhu, making sense? Teja, Parimi. Yeah. So this is the takeaway. That's why I am not testing these variables by placing it in the default classes, because firstly we don't get access for these default classes. Okay, so there is no point of testing these variables by placing it in the default classes. That's why I'm using public classes. Okay, now let us do. Now I am not creating any relationship. No relationship now. Okay, let us understand this flow now. No relationship. I want to test this. I want to test this variable. Okay, this is a default variable outside the package. Look at the table. Outside the package, but no subclasses. It means we need to test a variable that is being placed outside the package. Okay, this is a variable placed outside the package. Let us do the testing. Okay, let me do the save. It has been saved successfully. Compilation. Okay. See, we are getting. It is not able to identify the symbol, cannot file symbol because it is default. Okay. Cannot file symbol obj. Okay, let us do this public. Okay, now it is being public. So now you tell me, can I able to access this? It is public. Public means it can be accessed from anywhere. Can I access this? Do I have an option to access this? Yes, no? Yes, we can access this. Okay, so if that is the case, I should not get any compilation errors. So no compilation error. Okay, it is different. Java D space obj.a. I think this variable a only, no? Click into a. Okay. So yes, we cannot. You are correct. You should tell me, no, the object. I should create an object for class B. For class B, because the variable is placed in the class B. Inside this, I have the variable a. Okay. So usually we should not get access for the default. Let us test this once again. You not get access as per the theory. Okay, 1 minute. First b.java, then b.java. Okay, A is not public, cannot be accessed from outside the package. This is correct. Okay, so for the default, we are not able to access. It is a big no. Big no. Okay, for private, anyhow, for even for the default, if you are not able to access, but for private also, we don't get any access. Let us test this and confirm. Okay. Okay. Java C space d.java, b.java, then d.java. Okay, AS private, we are not able to access, so it is confirmed. Private variable also can't be accessed outside the package, so no. Let us do this for protected. Okay, we are not supposed to get access for the protected also as per the theory, but we need a confirmation. Okay, so you also always use this what we call it as the command prompt. For few days try using command prompt. For getting used to command prompt. The protected also no access. AS protected, so no access. So answer is what? No. Big no. Right? It should be big no. And for public, it should be yes. Okay. Proof. Let us do that. Public. Public. d.java. d.java. Compilation is successful. We are able to access only for public. So this is the proof. We are able to access. So by looking at this table, you can just guess for the variables. So these are the things that you need to. Not only this will work for variables as well as for what? This table is going to work for variables and for methods, for constructors, not for classes. Okay. Now we will. I think we are good with the variables, variable level access modifiers. Variable level. Shall we look into a few problems? Okay. So there is an interview question that you can expect from here. Shall we look into some problems here? Yes, no? Everyone? So many absentees today. Okay. Try to answer this. Sorry. Okay. Now I have two packages. Okay. This is package 1 and this is package 2 I have. Okay, now think and answer me. So this package is Ganesh package. Let us take the same packages, same names to avoid confusion. This is Swetha's package, Ganesh and Swetha's package. Okay, here I have a class A and a public class B. Okay, here I have class C and class D. Here I am intentionally I am not keeping any classes here as public. Intentionally I am not keeping, but this is the main class. This is the main class. Class D is main class. All the instructions are getting placed here. Okay. At the same time, this class D is extends to class B. Class D is extending to class B. Okay. Inside the class B, I am intentionally placing a variable. Okay. Protected integer a equal to 1000 Okay, I am trying to access this from what? From class T. Okay, inside this there are just imagine that these are the instructions in the class T. The first instruction is object creation instruction, obj equal to new b. Okay, System.out.println obj.a. What is output now? Think and tell me. Think and tell me. Understand all these steps. Okay, you need to follow 3 steps to even before even thinking about the control flow. Firstly, connection is important. You should tell me, if I compile this, do you think that the compilation is going to get successful? Yes or no? We are missing something here. To give a connection between 2 packages, we need to use one thing here. What is that one thing? Why error? Specify. Please specify. Import, need to import firstly. Okay, now having said this, now you assume that I have placed an import statement, import ganesh.b. now you tell me, even after placing import statement, do you think that we are going to see the compilation successful, or is it going to throw us any error? Error. Why error? Specify. Specify why error we get. Protected. Any other answers? Good set. Any other answers? Yes, we do get error. Error we get because of protected. Okay, basically because of protected. At the same time, we are the object creation is on top of class B. Parent class object creation. The object is being created. This reference variable is being created on top of parent class. Okay, that's why we get error. So this should be the answer. Is protected. Okay, this variable is protected. 100% agree. But still, the protected variables can be accessed by the child class. But the rule is you should use the reference variable of child class type. In this case, the object should be created for class D. Dobj equal to new D. Okay, if this is the case, successful. This is going to give the successful compilation and the execution, not this one. Making sense? This could be your interview questions. Try to do some practice. Everyone? Yeah, protected. We can access protected. That's the point. We can. Your answer should not be protected. Your answer should be like this. You cannot say protected, even though protected is the right answer. I agree with that. But still, protected, you can access this variable in a different way, right? So that should not be the answer. Your answer should be the variable is protected, but we are using the parent class reference variable to get access. That should be the answer. You're getting my point. Because when you say protected, it means it should not allow for the different reference variable, right? You should not allow for any variables, but we are able to get access by using child reference variable, right? Getting my question? Everyone? Yeah. Okay. Please remember this. This could be your interview question. Very, very important. On packages. Okay, now let's jump into what? Jump into method access modifiers. Access modifiers on top of Java methods. To understand this, I am taking only one method. Let me remove all this. Void test System.out.println access granted. Now you tell me what kind of method is this? Non-static method, and what kind of method? I mean, with respect to access modifiers, what kind of method is this? Default, good. No, with respect to access modifiers, it's default. Yeah, default. It's good, non-static method, that's correct. But with respect to access modifier, default. We don't specify anything, right? So it's default. Now we focus here. This is in a different class. This method is placed in the class C. Okay. Now I want to access this method from class D. So to access any non-static method, object creation is mandatory, right? So my intention is to access test method, which is placed in class C. So create an object for class C. C obj equal to new C. Okay. Now obj dot test. Okay. If you are getting output, then access is granted. I mean, we are definitely able to access this method. If you are not getting output, then we can't. What could be your answer? I've already said that by looking at this table, you can say if this table is applicable for methods, variables, and constructors. Okay, by looking at this, you can say, do we get output or we don't get output? Access granted, correct. Access granted. Okay, let us do the compilation and the execution. Okay, compilation. Access granted. So default is okay. Within the same package, go to the table, same package. So now we are testing this. We are doing what? We are testing these scenarios within same package but different class. Okay. Default is possible for us. It is possible. Okay. Let us do this for the other three access modifiers. Okay. So public should be possible or not possible? Public should be possible. We know that we don't need to test this. Okay. Private should not be possible. What is the proof for that? Okay, Java is proof. This is the proof. Private is not possible. Error, we are getting error. Okay, only private will become not possible, and every other cases will become possible. Let us test this for protected also. Java C space D dot Java. Java space D dot Java. Protected is also possible. So everything will be possible, guys. We do not have to test this. If you have time, you can test this. Okay, all these three classes will be possible. This case will be possible, and this is possible, and this is possible. We will test only this thing. Okay, we'll test only this thing. Now focus here. I should extend. Okay, for the testing purpose, I should extend class what? Class B. Okay, it has been extended. Public class is extending another public class, class B, of different package. In this package, I'm removing this, I'm placing this protected access modifier. Okay, package Ganesh has two classes. Inside the class B, I have placed a method intentionally for the testing purpose. I'm trying to access this from here. Okay, now I am doing the object creation on top of class B. Now you tell me, if I do this, do you think the output is going to be access granted in the console or not? Answer. Everyone should answer. What about others? Including Swetha, Jyotian, Chaitanya, Parimi, Teja. We should not get access because we are creating object. We are trying to get access of a method that is specified with protected access modifier. Okay. It is not possible because the object is being created with the parent class reference variable. I mean, the reference variable is of parent type. Okay, protected as limited access. We don't get access. If I want to get access, I should do a small change. What is the change that is required here? Instead of creating an object for the parent class, let's do the object creation for the child class. I do this. Okay. Do you think I will get output now with respect to our table? Yes, no? With respect to our table, do you think we should get output now? Yes or no? Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, yes. If we are not getting output, then our table is incorrect. Access current. Okay. So now tell me one thing. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. So yeah, this is okay. So now you see, I'm creating an object for. Okay, object is being created and of the parent type. B obj. This is the inheritance concept. People who know inheritance can answer this. B obj, but the new keyword is, I mean, the object is created for the child class, but the reference variable is of the parent type. This is like parent equal to child. Okay. So parent equal to parent. No, what we got? Parent equal to parent. No, I mean error we got. Right. Child equal to child. Successful. Right. My question is now parent equal to child. Just tell me. I mean, is it possible or not possible? If you have any idea about inheritance, you can tell me, or else you can say don't know, sir, something like that. The recent answer. Okay, is it you say are saying that is possible or not possible? Madhu, everyone, just type P or N. Possible or not? Don't know. Good. This is the good answer. It is taking a long time for you to answer this. Huh? Don't know. Okay, good. These answers are convincing for me. What about others? Swetha says possible. What about good question by Madhu? I'm saying, look at this. Okay, the object is created for the child class. Okay, but I'm using parent class as the reference variable type. B obj equal to new D. Got my question, Madhu? I'm asking whether it is possible or not possible. Okay, possible. Madhu also says possible. Okay, now Chaitanya has Parmi has changed his answer. Not possible. Okay, let us do this before. This is a concept of what we call it as inheritance concept. Okay, this is called as runtime polymorphism. What is this? Okay, did I do anything here? It's been tapped as. Instead of saving, I missed a control key. That's why we got that. No issues. Okay, test as a protected access in the obj.test. Even though you use runtime polymorphism, I will tell you the behavior of runtime polymorphism in the classes. Okay, so when you do the runtime, so this is called as the runtime polymorphism. Just now I am telling you a little idea about this. Okay, for a method, when you try to do the runtime polymorphism, okay, you need to place that method in the subclass. If you are not placing that method in the subclass, even for the protected access modifier, okay, it will try to fetch for this method in the subclass. Okay, so then what about this? Now you see, don't get confused. I am taking another variable here. Integer a equal to 100. Protected integer a equal to 100. Okay. Instead of doing this, System.out.println obj.a. Now I am trying to do the access. I am trying to access the variable of protected type that is in the parent class. Okay, we should get the obj as a protected access modifier. Okay, even for the variable, same issue. Even for the method, same issue. For the runtime polymorphism, runtime polymorphism is when you keep the child reference variable to the parent. Okay, runtime polymorphism. So ideally it should be what? D. Now this is possible. Child to child is always possible. Parent to parent is not possible. Even for methods, parent to parent is not possible. Even for what? Even for the variables. Okay, runtime polymorphism will not be applied here. The moment we start inheritance, you will get this. Okay. Now it's possible. Child to child, only child to child is possible. Remember this. Making sense? Okay, this could be a question that can be, yeah, this is possible in the inheritance. The inheritance, this is possible, completely possible in the inheritance concept, inheritance picture. Got it? But in the package level access, Madhu, we are getting these questions. Madhu, now, Swetha. Yes, no. Inheritance, it is a different thing. Okay, even though this is following the concept of inheritance, okay, this is a different level of package access, right? Okay, this is in the different package. We are trying to access something that is in a different package. The only thing that you can do is look at the table. Okay, if the reference is completely a child reference variable, you can access at any cost. It should be child equal to child. You can access at any cost. For this particular okay, I hope my voice is audible and screen is visible. Just a confirmation before proceeding. Okay, see what I was saying is when you talk about access modifiers between two different packages, you should follow this rule. Okay, so remember this. Yeah, this could be your interview question. That's why I am stressing a lot on this, especially on this particular scenario. Okay, so let me remove this. So we got to know. So now this table is completely valid. You need to remember only this stuff, child to child. Okay, and everything is going to remain same, and it is going to be applicable for the constructors also. Okay, now we will talk about constructors. Before even talking about the constructor level access modifiers, okay, I want to tell you one thing, guys. I want to give introduction about what about encapsulation. Okay, fully encapsulated classes as well as accessor method and the mutuator method. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so now you tell me, if I have a variable like private int a equal to 100. Okay, if I have a variable like this and I want to access this variable, but it is private, but I want to access this variable, is there any possibility for me to access this variable? Straightforwardly we can say that the answer is not possible, because the table itself clearly says that it is not possible. When you look at the table, it says within the same package, the private within the same package you cannot access a private variable from a different class. It is clearly stated and we have just confirmed that. Okay, but I want to access that. I want to access that indirectly. Okay, you can access this indirectly. How is that possible? How is that even possible? You can access this indirectly. How is that possible? Okay, now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to do some cheating here. Cheating in the sense, this is a private variable. If I try accessing this, c obj equal to new c, first the object needs to be created. System.out.println out.println. Okay, after creating the object, so this is the procedure to get access for any variable. Okay, object creation, and you do what? You try to get access. Okay, when I do this, I will get a problem. Why I will get a problem? Because the variable is being specified as a specified with private access modifier. So I get a as a private in the class, so you cannot access this. But I want access. I want to access it at any cost. What I can do is, I am defining a method here. Void test. Okay, don't get confused. Inside the class C, I am defining a method void test. Okay, inside this method, I am creating an object to access this variable. What I am doing here, instead of creating object here, I am cutting this, I am pasting it here. Object has been created, and inside this, okay, I am trying to access the variable a of private type. Okay, don't you think that this is going to get access now? Because this method is also in the same class, within the same class. Look at the table. Within the same class, private variable will grant you the access. It is possible. Same package within the same class, it is possible. Okay, this has been done successfully. Okay, now don't you think that now you look at this particular method, this method is of what type? Default type. Default type, right? I can access this default method within the same package, yes or no? From any class. Again, table. Okay, within the same package but different class. Default method, look at this. Yes, it is saying yes, you can access default method within the same class. Okay, by using this technique, don't you think that I can able to get access to this private variable indirectly, right? So now what I have to do to access this test is of C type. It is creation in class C. So again I am creating object C obj2 equal to new C system dot out dot println obj2 dot. Now what do you think the output? Okay, not obj2 dot test. Okay, just obj2 dot test. Now what do you think the output is going to be? Hey, do you think I will get access or I don't get access? These are the recent answers. Do you think I will get access or I don't get access? Okay, let me show you the question here. Everyone must answer this. Please keep the session interactive. Whether you know or you don't know, if you know, you can answer. If you don't know, just type it in the chat box that you don't know. You will get access. Madhu says, Chaitanya says 100. What about others? Teja, Swetha, yes. Karimi, Jyotiyan. Okay, we'll see. We need to understand this. Okay, I am saving the code. 100. Output is 100. So don't you think that the variable is private? Okay, but directly I don't get access. But don't you think that indirectly I am able to get access by creating a method? Okay, I am accessing this method. Inside this method, indirectly this method is accessing the private variable. Okay, even though you might be thinking, okay, when you define a variable as private, the reason behind the variable private, okay, when you define a variable with the private as an access modifier, it means the variable should be protected at any cost. It is highly secured variable. It cannot be accessed from outside the class. But still we have an option to access that. Don't you think that it is actually defeats the purpose of keeping the variable as private? Don't you think so? Okay, so this is possible, but you will allow this. It's your duty to ensure that you're allowing to get access by doing some conditional checks. It's a direct access. Instead of doing this, you can say that, okay, if You can place any condition here. Okay? If the person, if I say person equal to Balaji, I'm saying if the person equal to Balaji, obj1, okay, access granted. Okay, access granted. Else, if there is any other person apart from Balaji, okay, access denied. I'm doing a small change just for the understanding. Don't get confused. I will explain this. Okay, here I'm passing a value string person. Okay. Now you see, so this is a private variable. So you can access this private variable only if you have the authorization to access. So it's a developer duty to ensure that there is a conditional check that is being placed here. What is a conditional check? Okay, if the person, if any person by the name of Balaji, if the person name is Balaji, validate it. If it is Balaji, grant access. Okay, if it is not Balaji, why this should be there? Access denied. Apart from Balaji, access denied. Okay, let me do a save. Obj.test. I'm passing along with the what we call it as while calling the respective method, I'm passing a parameter Balaji. Okay, saving this. 100 access current. Okay, let me pass a different person. Instead of Balaji, let me pass Parimi. Okay. Access denied. Okay, the idea here is very simple. You cannot directly access the private variable, guys. Direct access is not possible. Direct access is not possible. But the question in the interview room could be, okay, I want to access this variable at any cost. Okay, you need to do what? You need to do the indirect access. Indirect access. Okay, and again the follow-up question would be, the private variables are meant for the security and for the protection. Okay, if this is the case, if you're able to access indirectly, where is the security? Then you have to say, I as a developer, I will ensure a conditional check inside. Okay, if the person who is trying to access this is authorized completely, if he has authorization, if he has authority, I will access. This is how you place the authorization. It is just like, you know, in our houses we have lockers. Especially these lockers will be very secure and it will be placed in the bedrooms. Okay. If you want to access any gold chains, you as a child, you cannot get access to those gold chains or gold ornaments directly, right? What do? You check with your parents. Okay, your parents will confirm your what we call it as your necessity or the purpose. After confirming, okay, they open the locker and you know, you get your required ornaments, gold ornaments, right? So even though it is secured, even though you are part of that house, you don't have access to that directly, but indirectly through your family members, you're trying to get access to that locker. Likewise, even though this private variable is secured by nature, direct access is not possible. Indirectly, you can access this by using by creating a variable and also by giving a conditional check. If interviewer is asking such kind of question, your answer should be like, if this is defeating the purpose, then what is the purpose of private variable? You can say that I don't give access directly, so I will do a conditional check. That's why for all the private variables, we have what? We have setters and getters. We will discuss about this tomorrow. Setters and getters. Setters and getters, it will be placed in a bean class, in a Pojo class, which is called as fully encapsulated class. Making sense? If you get this question, your answer should be like this. Try to revise this video once again, you will get this. Yes, no? Are you getting this?